Jeff, can you hear me?
I sure can. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good, good. So unfortunately, I'm not in the studio today. I just actually got off an airplane, and we're doing a VIP event tonight in St. Louis. So we're really
Oh,
excited to be here.
very cool. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. And I know your schedule's pretty hectic, but we're glad we found the time to make it happen. We
Thanks for
have
having me.
Absolutely. We have an incredible collection here for all of the new people tuned in for the first time, being exposed to your art for the first time. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your artistic process, how you're able to put these paintings together? I know there's a lot of there's chemicals, there's fire, there's power tools, there's the pigment, there's Lamborghini paints. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So this painting here next to me is called Far Cry. If you want to just give us a little bit of a taste of how does a Jeff Vermeeren painting come together?
Well, you know what's really unique about me is I actually paint as I go. So I don't really have anything written out or planned out. I evolve with the painting, which makes every single piece that I do an original and a one of a kind. So that particular painting you're looking at right there is actually 25 to 35 layers deep. So that's why it gives it such movement, such, I guess, such a feeling and emotion from my art. Now, that one there actually cures for about 4 to 6 weeks, and then I bring it out and I dive back into it again. And now, as I'm talking about the layers, that one there in particular was set on fire probably about 30 different times to give it its contrast. Now, something really unique about me is I do not paint contrast, I burn it. So the really, really light colors and the really, really dark colors is actually from the fire. So it's actually really unique. That painting there is actually only a 2-color painting, but it looks like multi colors from universes, and it's so much. And it's fun to see here over the video, but boy, it sure lights up. It sure lights up in real life.
Now let me ask you, and absolutely it does. I mean, I think your art it's one of those things where you have to be directly next to it to fully understand what you're looking at. There's your paintings that the camera really can't capture it. The best we try, but they're so deep. Let me ask you. I understand that you use what do you use? Diamond dust or pearls, crushed pearls? What is the how do you get the shimmer in these paintings?
You know what's funny? I use so many different things, and it's kind of like every time I paint, it's like I'm trying to explore and trying to reinvent what I'm doing. So that particular piece there actually has a really cool, I believe it's a pearl white, and I actually make my own pearls. I change the color to them, and then on top of that, the top coat actually has a diamond dust in it, which is really cool. It makes the whole thing shimmer really nicely. Then it's got a signature that's inside. It's either gold leaf or holographic. And then the top coat is actually fingerprint resistant and UV protected.
Yeah, that's it. So the top coat is it the same varnish or the clear coat that Lamborghinis use, or I think that's
a lot of high-end car dealerships work with them. Now it's a product that it's like a really tough carbon-based resin. So it's about 1/8 of an inch thick, but it gives so much dimension and levels out the painting very nicely.
Huh. And okay, well that's very interesting. Now let me ask you, your new sculpture. Tell us about that, because I see that's with you there in the studio. Yeah. We're going to have an example that we're going to make available at the auction. This is brand new for you, and we're real excited about it. Tell us about how that came about. Walk us through that if you don't mind.
Oh, for sure. So as you can see in my art, everything is an original, one of a kind. Very, very unique. And there's a lot of sculptors out there that try and do a numbered edition, they're just amazing and beautiful. But here I wanted to do every single piece is an original. So actually the butterflies inside the work actually are painted by me. So they're actually painted on a really cool translucent lucite material that the light goes through. So wherever the light sits around it and behind it, your sculpture takes on the properties of the butterflies inside. Now inside here, there's 6 butterflies in this series, and that's actually my wife and I and my 4 kids, our 4 kids together. So it really speaks a lot about growing, and as we go through our lives, we have some things that happen from time to time that may or may not be in our control that damage us and clip our wings. But in saying that, we learn from those things and we grow and we learn to love and feel again. So it's called Rise Above, and it's about us growing our wings like a butterfly and growing and taking it with us. So we want to share our love, share our energy. And no two stories are the same, but I think it reaches so many people in the world that have gone through tough things and that are surviving their trials and troubles.
I love that. Let me ask you. So I'll leave you with this. Each painting is so very different. They're abstract, but compositionally speaking, they're all very different. Some are monochromatic, some are more colorful. There's kind of a combination of all things. But because they're abstract, there's always the fun question of how do you know a painting is finished? So what point do you decide, all right, we're done here?
That's it. It's time to stop, or else I go too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting. Every single painting, every single color, as I'm mixing my colors, now I don't have pre-mixed colors. I mix there on the spot. So as I'm doing it, I'm feeling it, the energy, so much feeling in my paintings. And just when you get to a spot, you can feel it. I don't know, it's hard to say, but as an artist, I can look at it and I go, wow, I'm done. And it's not rare for me to either give myself a little clap or be like, yes, I did it. And then I let it dry. Sometimes I'll even pull it out after a couple of weeks and say, you know what, I want to add a little bit more of this or change this. And then I cure it again. But you know what, that's one of those questions that's really neat to ask. But for me, I just feel it. I can feel the energy from it. And I just say, you know what, that is amazing for what I created there. And I want someone else to collect it and enjoy just as much, if not more, than me creating it.